Hey guys, this is your host Thomas Tyree here from On the Hot Podcast. Today, I have some bonus content for you guys. The bonus content we'll be covering today will be in the sport of wrestling inside the WWE world. In today's bonus segment, I'll be sharing my list of WWE wrestlers that I do believe should be pushed in the calendar year of 2025. So we're in a new year, January 2nd as I record this. These are the following 6 to 7 wrestlers I do believe should get a big push in the calendar year 2025. So, first on the list is the Street Profits. Push the Street Profits to the moon. The Street Profits are one of the best tag teams in the WWE today. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits, they do a tremendous job in the tag team division. Definitely an explosive tag team that brings some different continuity and some different flavor to the tag team picture in the WWE, especially on the blue brand for Friday Night SmackDown right now. So it's actually crazy to think, as talented as Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins are together, they have yet to hold some tag team gold in the WWE since 2020, which is crazy and insane to not have one of your best tag teams holding championship gold in the last 4 years. So the ups and downs that the Street Profits have gone through, the fact that Bobby Lashley was by their side and they were a stable, a faction, and that didn't work and he went to AEW. I think the Street Profits could definitely become a great, tremendous heel tag team in the WWE, whether that's on Raw or SmackDown after this shakeup with Raw moving to Netflix on Monday. So I definitely think they should do that. And if you're not going to push the Street Profits, I definitely believe it would be best to split up Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, have them go in their separate ways, possibly on different brands moving forward. Possibly we see something like that happen for the WWE draft, because Montez Ford is an incredible wrestler. I mean, he's got the in-ring skills, the chemistry, the charisma, the mic skills. Seeing him shine in so many matches so far when he's not in tag team, in a tag team match. The Elimination Chamber that he was in 2023 with the United States title being on the line. He's had some singles matches with Roman Reigns and etc. Montez Ford has proved to me he'd be ready for a singles run. And a lot of people sleep on Angelo Dawkins. I think Angelo Dawkins would go on a pretty good singles run as well. I think it just end up being Montez Ford getting the better of it with the two respective if they went on a singles run. But I definitely believe that the WWE should push the Street Profits in 2025. If you're not going to push them, separate the tag team and let Montez Ford go on a single run along with Angelo Dawkins going on his single run. Now, next, I think Jey Uso's got to win a world title. Now, Jey Uso, the bloodline, the storyline is nice, the bloodline reunions, but I wouldn't mind him seeing team up with Jimmy Uso one more time in 2025, possibly at WrestleMania. But after that, I think Jey Uso's got to go on his own and win a world title in the calendar year 2025. We're talking about Jey Uso, who is the right-hand man of Roman Reigns, has done a tremendous job, shows he could be one hell of a singles wrestler with countless great matches against Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins. The list goes on and on how many great matches that Jey Uso has had on his own. Plus, he won the Intercontinental Championship at the beginning part or the end part of the year. So I gotta say that Jey Uso is one of the most over stars in the WWE today, and definitely would benefit if he was a guy that won the Money in the Bank briefcase at some point in 2025 to set up him to win a world title in 2025. So definitely Jey Uso has to be on the list. Now next will be Jacob Fatu. I think Jacob Fatu might be one of the best free agents in the WWE. One of the best free agents that did sign with the WWE. And hell, I would say one of the best free agent signings in all of 2024 across all wrestling promotions. He has been so great on the main roster. He's worked well with several great stars like Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns. The list goes on and on. And he's already competed in 3 main event PLE matches. And he's only been with the company for 6 to 7 months now. So a lot of trust has already been put into Jacob Fatu. His role with Solo Sikoa has been great. How he is always by Solo Sikoa's side week in and week out, saying, "I love you, Solo Sikoa." But once he breaks away from this bloodline storyline and whatever happens between him and Solo Sikoa, I think they'll split up in 2025. I think Jacob Fatu would do some great things on a singles run. Can you imagine him in matches with Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre? I mean, there's so many dream matches for Jacob Fatu on the main roster. I want to see him go on a tremendous singles run in 2025, and I think it could be pushed to the moon based off of the level of trust that's already been put into him during his WWE run. So this one next is Dominic Mysterio. I think Dominic Mysterio should be pushed to the moon in 2025. Put a rocket on his back and launch him to the moon. I mean, Dominic Mysterio has been one of the biggest heels in the company over the last several years in the WWE. There would be times where the man would pick up a microphone before he could say a word, he's getting booed out of the arena. That is true heel heat in the wrestling industry. That's what you want if you're playing the heel role in the WWE or any wrestling promotion. But the man has been great as a heel, basically disowning his father, going back and forth, switching back and forth between Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Love storylines. I think it's time for Dominic Mysterio to transition into a babyface role. He could be a beloved babyface like Eddie Guerrero was, and do some tweener things to get the crowd by his side. And he's already one hell of a wrestler. I think Dominic Mysterio could have a great mid-card run with the United States or Intercontinental title in 2025, or be a picture-perfect candidate to win the Money in the Bank ladder match in 2025. So I definitely think that Dominic Mysterio should be pushed to the moon. I think him having a mid-card title run or winning the Money in the Bank to possibly set up for him to be a world champion down the line would be a great booking decision by WWE in 2025. Now, next would be Carmelo Hayes. Now, the way how I view Carmelo Hayes, how he came up in NXT in late 2021, I honestly view him and Braun Breaker as the John Cena's and Batistas of the early 2000s, of what they are now in the early 2020s in this decade. Based off of what he's done in NXT and being a main event star, holding a lot of championships in NXT, Cruiserweight Champion, North American Champion, NXT Champion, and he's elevated himself to the main roster to look good against opponents like Cody Rhodes, Andrade El Idolo in their best of 7 matches on SmackDown, LA Knight. I think he's ready to be pushed and possibly be a United States champion in 2025. I could see him having a good run with that title in 2025, getting pushed and eventually being elevated to the main event scene. He's already flirting with the idea of being in the main event scene, but definitely being pushed at a different level and a different pedestal in that category for 2025. So definitely would like to see that. And last but not least would be Oba Femi. Oba Femi on NXT. I think he's the best wrestler one of the best wrestlers that NXT has today. I mean, he had an incredible North American title reign. I think he should win the NXT title in a few weeks at the New Year's event for NXT. And I think it would be best for Oba Femi to hold the title for 3 to 4 months and then vacate the NXT title with him being moved up to the main roster performing on Raw or SmackDown. I mean, Oba Femi is everything you want in a big man in the wrestling industry. I mean, he moves well in the ring, cuts promos well, he can have a great match with anybody. And I think this would be the modern day Big Show, Braun Strowman, Mark Henry, Kane, the next big man that could do big man things in the WWE ring. I think Oba Femi would be a great addition to the main roster and should be pushed very heavily in 2025. So those are the list of wrestlers I do believe should be pushed in the calendar year 2025. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.